Warzone is undergoing serious changes in Season 3. Call of Duty has begun its marketing campaign for the upcoming Black Ops 6 and Warzone season that is expected to launch on April 3rd. The Call of Duty social media pages have been working in overdrive, sharing Warzone and Black Ops 6 Zombies teasers galore. But today we're looking at Warzone and the changes that will be implemented with the next season update in just under 2 weeks' time. At the time of recording this video, we've had 4 teaser images for the upcoming Warzone update that showcase what players can expect in the next season and a glimpse into the future of the Battle Royale mode. Spoiler alert, it's starting to look more and more like Warzone 1.0. So let's get started. Floating loot. As you can see in the image above, floating loot is set to return. Ever since 2022, loot has vomited out of caches or dead players and landed on the ground, as you'd expect anything to land in real life. But in the early days of Warzone, it would float. This style of looting is returning. Floating loot had various collision issues that made it hard for players to pick out the loot they wanted or didn't want. This is the reason it was removed originally, so it's our hope that this issue has been resolved. Call of Duty also shared an image teasing changes to the Warzone buy stations. This image is stacked with information that you may or may not have noticed. Firstly, 2 new features appear in the image: a redeploy all mechanic that lets you buy the full squad back in one click, and there is also an option to refill armor. You may also have noticed that redeploy prices have been bumped up from 3,000 to 4,000. This is the original buyback price, but it also shows that the vertical menu is returning. For a long time now, buy stations have been laid out in a grid shape, a change that a lot of players never really became accustomed to. Shop items will now be stacked again going forward. Interestingly, it also appears that loadout weapons will no longer be purchasable via buy stations. This means you'll need to get that cash together as quickly as you can to get a loadout or wait for the free one to obtain your weapons. Again, this is how it originally was. Verdansk will remain largely untouched from its original form, with Dam and Quarry being their original POIs rather than Summit or Salt Mines respectively, as shown in the brand new official Verdansk TAC map that was also shared this week. We already knew that the classic operators like Domino, Mace, Roach and Hudson are returning with the update, as well as the HDR, CR56 AMAX and the Kilo 141 weapons. This has now been absolutely confirmed via the latest Warzone Season 3 key art that shows all of these operators and weapons within the image. Working our way from centre left to right, you can see Mace holding the HDR, Hudson in the centre brandishing the Kilo 141 and Ghost crouched down with the CR56 AMAX. Other operators can be seen in the background like Woods and Weaver, all wearing relatively realistic grounded military uniforms. This is something that players have had issue with of late, is the unrealistic and wacky side of the Black Ops 6 store, making the game feel too crazy. I personally don't have an issue with the crazier skins, but a return to a more grounded theme is very welcome. A filter for players to turn the wacky skins off in-game from their perspective would be a good middle ground. It would allow players to choose how they see the game from their point of view. If you don't want to get killed by a Teletubby, you should be able to turn it off and vice versa. Warzone Season 3 will be a pivotal moment for the mode, as rumours have been circulating that if the Battle Royale doesn't see improvements to its player base and player retention, future updates including the upcoming Warzone 3.0 update expected in 2026 will be cancelled. That's not to say that Warzone will be cancelled completely, but it will remain in its current state with less and less devs dedicated to pushing the mode forward. Servers would likely remain on as they do for older modes like DMZ, Blackout or Modern Warfare Zombies, but nothing will drastically improve or change. I personally feel like Raven and the Warzone teams are moving in the right direction now. We're seeing some classic features and mechanics return that nobody ever asked to be removed. We're expecting a blog post any day now with the full rundown on what's to come and Ricochet anti-cheat news, and honestly I think it's going to be huge based on what we've already seen. Warzone is a huge moneymaker for the franchise, so they'll throw everything they have at it before letting it go down so easily. Stay tuned for more details soon. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do leave a like and consider subscribing for more Call of Duty and Warzone news and guides in the future. Peace!